Hi there, this is something different. This is called the Witness Trees, historic moments and the trees who watched them happen. And here inside on the end paper, it's Witness Trees of the World, and you can see there's lots of dots in various places that are living or descendant or deceased, and it tells about the different trees. Okay, let's read the book. The Witness Trees. In the sweep of wind over grass, near the pulse of rivers, we stand, monuments of bark and age-curled green. Our roots run deep. They grip history, a restless forever. It says, during an uprising in 1212, King John of England held an emergency session of Parliament beneath this massive 1,000-year-old tree in Sherwood Forest. Afterward, it became known as the Parliament Oak. We bear witness to the what, when, and how. The who's of the past linger in the rings and whirls of memory. We remember the heavy quiet of Siddhartha as he calmed his way to enlightenment. And this says Siddhartha Gautama, circa 5th century BC, the Buddha, gained enlightenment after meditating for 7 days beneath the Bodhi tree. We remember the blackberry brambles where light ambushed dark like the onrush of dawn. Major Oak, a 1,000-year-old oak tree in Sherwood Forest, was the rumored hideout of Robin Hood, 12th, 13th century, the perhaps fictionalized folk hero who took from the rich to give to the poor. We remember the thump atop Sir Isaac Newton's head in an apple taught gravity. Sir Isaac Newton, 1642 to 1726, discovered gravity upon seeing an apple fall from a flower of Kent apple tree in his garden. We remember the hush bomb of happiness after chains surrendered to the vocabulary of freedom. In 1792, the cotton tree became the historic symbol of Freetown, Sierra Leone, when former African-American slaves gained their freedom by battling British soldiers. Shut your eyes and listen. In leaf speak and bark song, our stories thrum with stars, moon, and sun. This honey locust witnessed 3 deadly days of fighting, the Battle of Gettysburg, that was the turning point of the American Civil War. It also heard American Lincoln deliver his famous 1863 speech to dedicate the Gettysburg National Cemetery. We are the English oaks handed to Jesse Owens, to the world-shaking echo of applause. In the 1936 Berlin Olympics, Jesse Owens, 1913 to 1980, became the first American track and field athlete to win 4 gold medals. All winners received oak saplings along with their medals. But German dictator Adolf Hitler refused to shake the hand of a black man. Owens planted 1 sapling at Rhodes High School in Cleveland, Ohio, where he trained. What happened to the other 3 saplings is unknown. We are the hackberry, ginkgo, and black pines that swallowed the heat flash of 1,000 suns. Almost 170 trees somehow survived the atomic bomb blast in Hiroshima, Japan on August 6, 1945. They are collectively called Hibaku Humamoku, the survivor trees. We are the redwood called Luna that cradled a woman who braved wind, cold, and the roar of chainsaw. In 1997, Julia Butterfly Hill, born 1978, climbed a 180-foot, 1,500-year-old California redwood to protest the logging of old-growth forests. She stayed on Luna, the name she gave the tree, for 738 days before an agreement was reached to protect Luna. We are the Callery pine tree beneath the Let's try this again. We are the Callery pear tree beneath the thunder smash of steel and fiery smoke as two towers tumbled. Weeks after the World Trade Center fell on September 11, 2001, recovery workers discovered a Callery pear tree crushed and scorched, but miraculously still alive. This tree became known as the survivor tree. Through pearly dusk and the orange-red of harvests, located at Oxon Hill Farm in Maryland, this willow oak survived the War of 1812 and witnessed British soldiers burning the White House, the Capitol, and other Washington, D.C. buildings. Through lightning storms and the moaning low of wolves. Legend has it that when a queen and her 100 knights got caught in a ferocious storm, they took shelter beneath this huge tree. Whether that's true or not, the 100-horse chestnut is the largest and oldest chestnut tree in the world. It's estimated to be 2,000 to 4,000 years old. Even more surprising is that it lives on the side of Mount Etna, an active volcano in Sicily. Through wind chime icicles and long troughs of stillness, known as the Pauline sycamore, this sprawling tree saw George Washington and 12,000 Continental soldiers endure the brutal 1777 winter in Valley Forge. While no battle was fought here during that time, almost 2,000 people still died due to hunger, cold, and disease. Through the wet kiss of a 1,000-year-old squall, the slow stampede of time has laid its claim. Yet, the big tree of Rockport, Texas, is one of the largest live oak trees in the United States. It recently withstood the devastation of Hurricane Harvey, a Category 4 hurricane, but in its 1,000-year-plus lifetime, it survived dozens of other hurricanes as well as floods, droughts, and wildfires. It even lived through artillery attacks during the American Civil War. So, the slow stampede of time has laid its claim, yet we never forget the heft of lanterns as liberty breathes life beneath the canopy of night. In 1765, angry colonists filled the branches of an elm tree with lanterns, banners, and effigies against the British soldiers' oppression. That elm became known as the Liberty Tree. It was felled in August 1775 by Loyalist troops. We never forget the firm fingers of a radiant girl who climbed skyward to cloud white and beyond. In her autobiography, Helen Keller, 1880 to 1968, who was deaf and blind, recounted how her childhood teacher, Annie Sullivan, rescued her from a beloved water oak tree when a fast-moving storm blew in. A tornado claimed the tree in 2015. We never forget slow, silent Anne, that caged bird who fluttered branch to branch in dewy dreams. In soil and shale or the cavern deep of memory we remain. Then and now, tomorrow and always, we continue. Anne Frank, 1926 to 1945, is a well-known Jewish Holocaust victim because of her memoir, The Diary of a Young Girl. For 2 years, she only saw the world and horse chestnut tree through an attic window that was usually covered with blackout curtains so her family could stay hidden from the Nazi soldiers. The tree that was cut down in 2010 after suffering severe storm damage. We are Grand Abuelo. There's Gran Abuelo is a 3,600-year-old Patagonian cypress in Chile. We are Old Chajico. Old Chajico is a 9,550-year-old Norway spruce on Lake Mountain in Sweden. We are the Harupa oak. The Harupa oak is a 13,000-year-old Palmer's oak in the Jurupa Mountains in California. We are Pando. Pando is a colony of quaking aspens in Utah's Fish Lake National Forest that could be 80,000 years old. Although it's made up of more than 40,000 stems, it's a single organism, since it's all connected by a vast underground root system. Above, an avalanche of stars. Below, an ocean of earth. Within, the countless, uncounted lives birthed, bloomed, and plucked from the gardens we tend. We endure. We remember. We witness. And now this is all about witness trees. This is the author's note. When I was 10, my father took me to California to seek out a hidden 4,800-year-old Great Basin bristlecone pine called Methuselah. We searched but didn't find it, though we did see plenty of towering redwoods in Hendy Woods State Park. Some of them were 2,000 years old. Ancient, but not by Methuselah's standards. Still, I never forgot the sense of history embedded within these gnarled trunks. Those trees were tangible historical memory. Even at my young age, I felt their awesome power. For many people, trees have become the roses they didn't stop to smell. We allow them to hide in plain sight, but trees are the oldest organisms on Earth. They are a vital, lasting connection to our past. What is a witness tree? While any truly old tree has witnessed many things, witness trees get their name from being present for key moments in history, which means they've borne witness to many of humanity's greatest triumphs and struggles. Many have bullets covered over by new layers of bark and wood, or carry visible scars that often never fade. And then it goes on again about the trees and things happening to them because of storms and other things. And you can read the rest of that yourself. And that is called the witness trees. Hope you enjoyed it and that you think about that and appreciate the trees that we have in our lives. And I will see you later. See you next time on Stories with Grandma.